have armored vehicles on the streets of Portland and reported agents throughout our community.
Well, here we go again, further down the highway to hell on a road that ends with the death of democracy and the First Amendment. And I only wish that was hyperbole. Our dictator-in-chief has declared war on Portland, Oregon, and has sent troops there in a massive escalation of his war on the so-called radical left. I've got news coverage and in-depth discussions on this whole thing, so please hit subscribe to Really American Media. Support us before voices like mine disappear, because the crackdown on political dissent in America is in full swing. Trump just signed a memo coming after domestic terrorism, which they are defining in part as speech by individuals or organizations that oppose Trump. Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller even said that just calling Trump an authoritarian, like I do on a daily basis here, would be considered inciting violence and terrorism. To which I say, Trump is an authoritarian, and these actions today are on a long list that just prove it. So come get me.
Local and state leaders are calling on the city and its residents to respond with peace and not resort to violence.
Trump posted on social media today that, quote, "At the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter." And there are a few major problems with that statement. Now, first of all, sending troops into an American city while authorizing them to use full force is clearly a violation of a posse comitatus, and apparently the Pentagon doesn't even know what full force means.
We have some major news right now. There is confusion within the Pentagon over what the term full force means after Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that he's directing the United States military to essentially go into Portland, Oregon against American civilians and authorizing, quote, full force if needed. That term right there, folks, essentially toes the line and potentially violates posse comitatus, which essentially prevents the United States military from acting against Americans, acting as the president's personal police force. And right now, folks within the Pentagon don't know what that term means. And just take a minute and let that sink in. The president of the United States posted something on Truth Social. His Pentagon doesn't know what it means, but it implies the use of the military against American civilians.
Yeah, so there's that. And then the other major problem with Trump's social media post is Portland is not a war-ravaged city. And if you disagree, you haven't been to Portland recently or ever. I spent 10 years living in the Pacific Northwest, and I can tell you that both Seattle and Portland are beautiful, progressive cities. Like all major cities, yeah, there's some crime, but it is not out of control by any means. But Trump doesn't care about that. He cares that those cities have a lot of Democrats that he can stick it to for speaking out against our dear leader. My co-host on the Vocal Minority podcast and my best friend for the last 30 years, Nick Reynolds, he's lived in Seattle his entire life, and he frequently goes to Portland. We discussed the absurdity of this war-ravaged city on yesterday's podcast before this declaration of war came out today.
Portland is not like anything that he's about to tell you it's like. Shocked.
When you go out to Portland and you see what's happening in Portland, this is like nobody's ever seen anything like it. Every night, and this has gone on for years. They just burn the place down, and the shop owners, most of them have left, but the few shops that are open, they just use plywood and just like 3/4-inch plywood. They don't put stuff on it because they know it's going to be burned down. These are professional agitators. Right. These are bad people, and they're paid a lot of money by rich people, some of whom we know. I'm sure I know some. These are crazy people, and they're trying to burn down buildings, including federal buildings. And on my list of things that I want to do before we finish up with the cities, right. I think we're going to whip the cities back into shape, and we have to. We cannot let our cities, and that's a small example, but it's the most violent example. It's every night, and they've done it for years. You think maybe at some point they made their point, and what are they doing? But we're going to get out there, and we're going to do a pretty big number of those people in Portland that are doing that. They're professional agitators, and anarchists. They're actually anarchists, yeah. Go ahead, why don't you defend, let's see you defend them, Jim.
No, I'm not defending anyone. I just want, so that we can just explain this in our stories.
Go ahead, let's go. Maybe let's give you another chance. Go ahead.
Antifa, Soros,
Yeah.
what names are we talking about?
Well, Soros is a name certainly that I keep hearing. I don't know, but Soros is a name that I hear.
People
I
are
hear a
saying-
lot of different names. I hear names of some pretty rich people that are radical left people.
A lot of names.
Maybe I hear about a guy named Reid Hoffman.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. It's a riddle. Dude, let me tell you something. The fact that he said, like, the 3 stores that are left in Portland, just have boards on their windows because they know they'll be burned. Portland is a beautiful city, dude. A city that I enjoy very much, and it is a thriving city. It is very
Nick, it's
liberal.
burned down every night.
Every night. Yeah.
Why would Antifa, why would George Soros be paying people to burn down a liberal city?
It makes zero sense.
Right. I mean, what is that even? Where's the logic? If we were burning down some conservative city every night, at least I would be able to connect, some logic there. But So yes, George Soros, Bill Gates, they're paying a radical left to burn down one of their own cities every night. This is just night after night after
For
night.
years. Every night, dude. It hasn't stopped.
And the funny thing
Oh,
is,
my
the
good
Fox
God.
News watchers out there, they think this is all true. I've been hearing about San Francisco for years. I go to San Francisco at least once a year. Sure, like every city, there's some homeless parts but it's a beautiful, fun, progressive, amazing city. San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, So, yes, now Portland is a burning hellhole night after night, and Fox News will suck it up because they're never going.
They do, dude. They do suck it up. I mean, every time my brother comes to visit me in Seattle, he always tells me, like, what's happening at Portland is so dangerous now. You can't even go down there. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, listen to somebody who goes down there often. I know I don't live there, but I visit frequently. So why don't you listen to me? Well, they say it's burning down nightly, Nick.
Yes, they say. Of course, they
Yeah.
say. Yeah, this whole idea that Portland is a war-ravaged hellhole is completely absurd. And if you don't want to take it from Nick and I, see if you'll believe your own eyes.
And when we go there, if we go to Portland, we're going to wipe them out. They're going to be gone, and they're going to be gone fast. They won't even stand the fight. They will not stay there. They've ruined that city. I have people that used to live in Portland. They've left. Most of them have left. But what they've done to that place is it's like living in hell.
And if that's not enough, check out some of these online comments from just today about the state of Portland from people that live there right now. You are being lied to so that Trump can justify owning the libs while using our military as his own personal police force. This cannot stand. This needs all eyes on it, all hands on deck. So please share this video, comment below, and get vocal while you still can. This is a developing story, so we're going to keep covering it right here. So stay tuned for more. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.